Welcome back, teachers. Sounding off now about students using artificial intelligence, not just for homework, but inside the classroom in real time. The website 404 Media reports, quote, they describe trying to grade hybrid essays that are half written by students, half written by robots, and students who use AI in the middle of conversation. They describe spending hours grading papers that took their students seconds to generate. Let's bring in Professor Nicholas Giordano, Campus Reform Higher Education Fellow, also Professor of Political Science at Suffolk Community College. Nicholas, this is terrifying. The idea that kids are completely divorced from learning in any real sense.
It is terrifying. I've been in the classroom for nearly 20 years, and I've never seen such a disruption like AI. And I warn the students. When it comes to AI, the technology is there, and it's very tempting for young adults to go on the computer, get a research paper done in 5 minutes, as opposed to take it several weeks. And the technology is only improving. Now, as someone that's been in the classroom, I know what students are capable of. So right now, it's easy to detect. When students hand me flawless papers without any grammatical errors, or they're referencing obscure research programs, it's a red flag. When you look at AI, it's very pattern-based. It uses the same language, the same sentence structure, where human beings have a wider variation, and the M dashes are a dead giveaway. But more and more students are turning to it. I had about 24 students last semester that I caught using AI to write the research paper and answer discussion questions.
When you're scanning a paper and looking for red flags, as you say, are you just using your eyes, or is there like a program that you can work through that will help you spot like suspicious passages? Is there anything like that?
There are AI detector models out there, but they're absolutely terrible. I've found tons of papers that will come up in an AI detector that they weren't written by AI, and yet I'm able to flag it and see exactly where it is written. And when you call the students into the office to talk to them about it, they can't explain to you what the paper is. So not only are they using AI to write their paper, they're not even reading it to be able to defend it. So essentially, they outsource their education to machines. And this has far-reaching ramifications beyond the college classroom.
I was going to say, do you think that they have any understanding that even if they get out of doing their homework that night, and even if they, get better grades at the end of, whatever it is, the semester, like this is hurting them in the long term? They're really undermining themselves.
Well, they don't see that, but the ramifications are real. Let's face it. We say that these are the students today, they're the future leaders of tomorrow. They're going to be the future teachers, the lawyers, the business leaders. And unfortunately, you're going to see that they're devoid of any real skills. They can't think critically. They can't analyze complex information. They can't put together coherent thoughts. And so while many of them will have college degrees, well, they don't have skills that translate into the real world. And we're seeing its impact now. So at campusreform.org just put out a piece several weeks ago about how businesses spent $3 billion to teach new employees how to write. Well, that's why college businesses are moving away from 4-year degree requirements, because if AI and machines are doing everything, well, you don't really need a college education. And we need to reassert our command in the classroom.
Yeah. Have you put students on the spot and said, hey, I can tell this is AI? And have you had any students like confess or admit to it?
Most of the students will confess immediately because they want to try and be able to stay in the course and actually try and attempt to do the work themselves. But there are a lot of students. I didn't use AI. I don't know why it's coming up flagged. Yeah. And so there are students that will push back. But like you said, it only hurts them by using AI. And maybe we need to go back to old school, pen to paper in the classroom with the old school blue books. That's the way forward.
Amazing. And they're not learning anything. That's what's the worst about it for them. We got to leave it there, but I could honestly talk to you about this for the rest of the day. Thanks for coming in, Nick.
Thank you for having me.